So today we are on the 4 weeks exactly of the Railway Street project. We've had it all gutted out and plastered, painted, new bathroom, new kitchen, and as you can see, it's all been kind of freshly painted, or we started to do this now. So we are probably 10 days away from finishing, so I would be kind of meeting my 6 weeks turnaround period. You probably, if you could remember, there was a massive leak at the top there. So we had the roof repaired, but also then taken out all of this ceiling, reboarded that whole room, and had it all skimmed. In terms of this room, we're patching, because bear in mind, to make my return on investment on these projects, so I work on a very high return on my capital. To do that, I try to make sure that I embellish the properties as best as I can, because this can be long-term rental anyway, so I don't need to spend the earth to make sure these kind of mid-terrace houses are like Buckingham Palace, but they serve the purpose of rental. Around here we'll probably get £1,300 for this 3-bedroom house. So what will happen now, I've got the guys coming in and painting with super matte white. We're trying these Albany ones now, and apparently they're very, very high opacity, so we should get all the walls coloured in white, and then I'm going for a Farron Ball kind of dark colour for the woodwork, so that should be being done this weekend. In terms of progress, so really here upstairs we're up to kind of painting, decorating. In this main bedroom there was they tried to kind of remove all the wallpaper at that time, damaged the plaster, so we've had that bit. Again, as you can see in this one, I'm not plastering the whole house, I'm plastering sections of each room that needs being done. At the top there you can see there's the coving missing. We took out the flammable ones and we're going to replace them with the new kind of regulation coving. So that's where we're at with this room. This room is pretty much, again, painting and carpeting, and then we'll be done with that. Keeping some of the furniture that came with the house, chest of drawer, big old wardrobe that the tenants can actually use. And again, there's no need to kind of bin things. One, it costs money to bin, but also these are fairly decent, robust wardrobes that people can certainly use. In terms of the hallway, once again, you know, we've patched up some of the bits. So we've had it, don't forget, we had the whole house rewired here. That cost about £3,000, which was, to be quite frank, I wasn't expecting the whole full rewiring, but yeah, it had to be done, so we get it done. And then coming down the main hallway, once again, we're really at the painting, decorating stage. Carpets out, laminates going in next week. Throughout the whole of downstairs. So living room, we had just the ceiling up until the dado rail plastered. The rest of it we're gonna repaint with the super matte white, and woodwork's gonna be dark color, so that offsets your eyes away, so you don't see some of the patchwork, I guess, is what I'm gonna say. And if it doesn't work, then, you know, we'll do plan B, but generally speaking, it does work. Laminate flooring will go into this room, and yeah, so I'm going to take these old panelled, you know, they'll have all old Victorian doors on, the 6-panel doors on there, so I'm going to remove all these chipboard that back in the 70s I think they covered up, to try and make it look a different look. This wall, we had it all hacked off because it was crumbling over years. So we've had it reboarded, re-skimmed, and now it looks like this is drying off now. Dining room wise, again, some of the work where we've had rewiring and new sockets put in. I've had loads of sockets. Generally in these old houses you have 1 socket per room, and now we're having pretty much sometimes 3 sockets in each room, especially with these high functioning areas. This is going to be a dining room. Yeah, so that's where we are. We're here. Carpets, laminate's going to come on. Kitchen, it's a very small kitchen, to be honest. We've tried to shoehorn as much as possible in, so washing machine will go here. We've got sink, obviously the cooking facilities, and the fridge freezer will probably either go here, somewhere here, or maybe in the dining room, depending on the size that we end up buying. That's quite a tiny kitchen, but we're having to work without doing structural work. Again, structural work is all good and nice, but it doesn't add or it costs you a lot of money. And if you're not going to make that money in terms of rent, and you are spending a lot of money at the start, taking 3 or 4 months to get it there, and then potentially not making a decent return on that money that you've invested on top. Bathroom wise, we've had to reconfigure. There was no wall here, so I've added this wall to create this space. New radiator is going to be put on here. So we've changed all the toilet and sink and bath. There used to be a corner bath here, but you probably can't tell in this video, but this roof is sloping. So because of that, I've had to put the shower head on this side so that when people are having a shower and they're tall, they're not hitting the ceiling if it was on that side. So that's why I've had to build this wall to take this bath in. The reason I put baths in, it's kind of family oriented as well. If people have got kids, but also more importantly, it doesn't leak. You know, it's kind of we put cast iron ones, so the potential for leaks when people are having showered is very little. Generally speaking, you'll get leaks around the silicone edge, which happens maybe every 2 years when the silicone kind of fails. So that again, we've had it grouted. We just need to paint in this room, and again, new rewiring here, extractor fan there, plaster is drying quite nicely. So yeah, so that should be where we will end up on this project. So in total, it would have taken six weeks, as I kind of anticipated to begin with, and it would have cost probably in the ballpark of around 15,000 to once again rewire, patch plaster, renovate new kitchen, new bathroom, as well as putting new flooring down. And yeah, so that should be quite good. I mean, I paid 180 in the end, including stamp duty on this one. So I'll be just under 200,000, I reckon, by the time I finish this project. And again, the rent will be around 12 to 1,300 pounds. And the expected value once I come to refinance this has been bought cash. Once I come to refinance this, I expect this to be valued around 250 to 260 mark. And this will allow me to pull out almost 187 to 195,000 depending on valuation, which means I'd end up spending or leaving virtually no money of mine in that deal. So all of my cash will come out, and I'll use that cash for the next project, and this will yield me on average about £700 of new income, because it'll rent about 1,300. The cost of borrowing will be about £500. So yeah, that's just £800 per month. So not a bad deal again. And yeah, so I will post again on this one once over the next 2 weeks or so, once I finish the final kind of touches to it. And so if you're interested, you know, if you like what you see, check out my Instagram. It's quiddity_group. I'll put the link in. I've also got a Facebook group called Title Splitting Properties on Facebook. We've got about 5,000 members now, so please feel free to join there. I'll put this on YouTube, Quiddity Group. The link is Quiddity Group. But I've also written 2 books called Scale Your Wealth Through Properties, as well as Grow Your Wealth Through Title Splitting. They're both available on Amazon, and you can check out the links in a little while. If you're interested also to have a 1-hour consultation with me to talk everything about properties, I can go from what do you want to do in property, your plans and your objectives, right up to how do you evaluate a site and you make sure that the numbers stack up. So if you want to do that, you can drop me an email, azid@quidditygroup, so that's QUIDDITY group.co.uk, and we can arrange for that 1-hour consultation as well. For now, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching.